Thank you so much. So we're back here. It's time for our session today, and it's our focus. So that's interesting. Okay, so yes, I had a good time. Thank you so much. I went to Kenna, which is where my husband's family is from, and we spent a few days there, about a week there, just under, and we had our youngest daughter's birthday there. She turned 1 on the 13th, and then we drove back and traveled back yesterday on the 14th, which is Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's to you. I hope you had a lovely Valentine's, and here we are, and we're starting again. So I hope you guys did your accountability sessions. We're going to go into the accountability session as we normally do, but I'm going to share a little bit of have a little chat as we usually do in the beginning of these sessions. And I was thinking today about what to share with you, and I wanted, since we have a tone of Valentine's Day and talking about love, and I think what I want to share with you today is a message that's sort of semi-linked to that, and I'll kind of explain why. But our affirmation is, I am bold, because fortune favors the bold. I always remember being told this, or being told this from a client in the very, very beginning of my virtual assistant business, ironically. And he always said to me, fortune favors the bold. Like, he was a much older guy, but he was a very good businessman. He'd had a lot of life experience, and he always told me, always be bold, always go for it, never be half in, half out, never never kind of like do anything half-hearted. And it was really good advice, and I like taking advice from people who are very successful, and he certainly was a very successful man, and still is. And he's in his 80s now, and this was 19 years ago. No, it was less than that. I would say it's probably 17 years ago. And so fortune favors the bold, and my message to you is something that I'm handing down from him, and it's to really be bold. Like, when you want to do something, do it from a place of love and passion and all of your heart, and go big or go home, and that's kind of how I've always lived my life. And it's very interesting, because a lot of times, you think to yourself, if something doesn't go according to plan, or if something maybe goes wrong, or if something doesn't work out exactly how you imagined it would, or like talking about Valentine's Day and love, if a relationship doesn't work out and you go all in and then suddenly you ended up breaking up with that person, or if a business doesn't work out and you go all in and suddenly you're not moving forward with the business, always let that be a lesson to you, that there are steps and processes in place, that lessons we need to learn, things that we need to experience, things that need to occur in order for us to get to our end goal. And certainly for me, love has always been a very difficult subject. I've always been quite secure in terms of business and going for what I want, because I feel business doesn't have a heart, does it? I mean, you love your business, but you're not going to hurt a business because it's business, whereas you can hurt a person because they're a person. And in my life, in my relationships, I've had good relationships and transformative relationships, and they all lead to a place, inevitably, if you keep being bold and keep moving forward and keep making decisions from the heart and from that passion, you will inevitably find the path that you're meant to be on, and you'll find the end result that you're intending to maintain. And believe me, I've been through a lot in terms of that, and a lot of naysaying, and you shouldn't do this, and that'll never work, and and sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. But for the most part, if I'm truly passionate about it, and I'm truly bold about it, and I truly go in with full force, it will work out. But it requires that push and that energy it requires you to not be tentative, and it requires you to be bold and just say, I'm going for it, and I don't care, and I don't care what people say, and I don't care what happens. I'm going for it, and I'm going to make it work. So that's my message for you today. The affirmation is, I am bold. Leave it in the comments, write it in your journals. I've got it in my journal. Fortune favors the bold. I am bold. Okay, so what I want to leave you with a focus on today. Yay, Nikki. She's Nikki, you're bold. Okay, so I'm going to give you a mindful moment from the Breathe Journal because I want to give you a focus today. Actually, I feel like you should really focus on, I think you should really, actually, no, let's do this. I think you should really take a good look and really, really think about your life as it is now. And ask yourself if you really do go in full force into the things that you really want, or whether you're just accepting the things that just are. And it's an incredibly uncomfortable exercise sometimes to be able to do this, because we're always like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. But it can be an incredibly uncomfortable exercise to really dissect your life and say, is this area of my life truly making me happy? And do that and really look at your life, and then think about, where could I be more bold? Where could I move harder? Where can I move faster? Where can I let inhibitions go? Where could I, be more free with my mind and my heart, and be more trusting of the universe and what it has in store for me? Now, that does not mean to say that something will not go wrong, but when it does go wrong, that's that trust that says, okay, well, that needed to happen in order to get me to the next level, And I always feel like we're going through levels of life, whether it's through age, or whether it's, through business or relationships or anything. We're like moving through these levels until you inevitably get to the end. And for me, it's always about saying, if I want to reach the next level, I've got to do something different. I've got to make a change. I've got to be bold. And when you do that and you trust that whatever outcome is going to occur from that is the right outcome for you, then that's your way forward. So think about that this weekend. Write that in your journals. Think about your life. Think about the areas of your life, whether it's relationships and business or money or anything, personal self-care, and think, am I really being bold in this area of my life, or could I do better? And the areas of your life that you're happy with, that you've really put your all into that, and that's fantastic that you're happy with it, and be grateful for that and do your gratitude. Which leads me on to accountability. So we're going to do our accountability session, and we're going to close off for today. So do this again, just if you're new here, it takes about 5 minutes to go through these 4 simple tasks. You need a journal or a notebook or something like that in order to be able to complete them. And yeah, move forward into the weekend thinking about you, and thinking about what makes you happy, and thinking about how you can be more bold, and I'm going to say even slightly more aggressive in going after the things that you want. Nikki says, thanks for the message. Oh, so apt for you personally. That's a good one. Always, I never know what I'm going to say on these things, but it comes to me, and usually someone says, I needed to hear this, so that's cool, Nikki. Okay, so let's do accountability, and then I shall see you next week. First, we're going to do our gratitude. Think about the day before. Think about everything that you feel grateful for from the day before, and write it down. You can find at least one thing. Let's begin. Next, we're going to read our goal. This should be written down somewhere. Read it through right now in the next minute. Now we're going to spend 1 minute closing our eyes and doing a visualization. Visualize yourself having achieved the goal or the things around you that show you've achieved the goal. Let's begin. Well done. And finally, we have our most important task for the day. Write down a task that you want to accomplish today that's going to help you take one step further to your goal. Think about it. Let's begin. Well done, you, for completing your daily accountability. I am super proud of you. You have done so well. And don't forget, you can join me live online inside Virtual CoWorking Space every day where I create these videos live. Please do like this video if you do like it, because I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a comment down below with the affirmation of the day. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any updates. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day.